This week's episode brought to you by Shark Bites.
Hi, I'm Dan, the owner of Shark Bites, the official team restaurant of the Metropolis Sharks. Come on down and try our world-famous Shark Bite burger. And vegans, we haven't forgotten about you too. You can try our Kelp Me Rhonda salad. Kelp Me Rhonda, Kelp Me Rhonda. And we've got endless buckets of beer.
Oh my gosh, I don't like beer.
That's all right, ladies. We've got something sweet for your treat. We've got the not-so-famous chum colada. Trust me, you don't want to know what's in it. And you can bring the kids. They can swim with sharks. Shark Bites is not responsible for anything that happens to your kids. So come on down. Come for the game. Stay for the fun. Only on Shark Bites.
Welcome, everyone. This is the third episode of About That Podcast. And we are going to be talking about week one with our commissioner here, Neil. So welcome, everybody.
Thanks, Cruz. We had our last podcast. We had a great interview with Stacy. We finally got week one that came around. So again, welcome to the reality of your fantasy here. You might be happy, you might be sad. We had some really good games, some close games, some blowouts. So a little bit of everything in week one. So we're going to break down some of the highlights and some of the lowlights of the week. And let's get started. Cruz, why don't you kick us off?
Can we go back to the drafting week? Because week one was not very good for me. As you guys can see here.
I already figured I missed on Nick Chubb instead of Aaron instead of Jones. So
yeah,
that hurt. It's only week one.
Yeah, so it's only week one. But so I lost, of course, week one against Turnation, which he actually has come out with a winning running back core, amazingly. I think we were sort of looking at his team at the beginning, before the beginning of week one, and we were thinking like, what the hell? But now he looks good with Swift and Williams.
Swift had a lot of touches. Williams was a surprise. He actually he picked him up off the free agent market even before Gus Edwards got injured. So maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the guy's a witch in his part-time job. So that was a great pickup. But yeah, he looks strong.
What about you, Neil? I see that the Brewery couldn't kill the two beast tight ends, huh?
Well, not when the tight end's getting 20 targets a game. That's just unheard of. It was like, it was the Las Vegas Wallers instead of the Raiders, I think.
Yeah, 43 points total together.
Yeah, it was a beast. So he also had really good play out of his quarterback. I think a lot of people were surprised that Jalen Hurts had such a good game, and I thought Lamar Jackson would have the Jalen Hurts type game, but that didn't happen for me with his two fumbles. So hopefully he can change that on week two.
Yeah, and then you have Jesse with Monica, which I actually thought that Jesse was going to pull this off, but no, the two back-to-back champion of ones started week one strong.
Well, Cruz, look at her number, 144. Only a few people were able to beat that. I mean, when I say a few, I just mean one. We'll get to him in a second. But she had a very strong performance. Dak Prescott. I will say I actually got lucky, even though I lost, that Steve actually had Amari Cooper on the bench with 32 points. I thought that was going to be helpful for me, but my team still couldn't do it.
And now we have to talk about the most amazing game of week one. I mean, this was so close.
Yesterday. That was fun yesterday. And you know what? I got to call Ricardo out. Ricardo and John Q are both, I fell asleep. I just now looked. They're looking all day. Let me tell you, Ricardo is checking his stats all day. So the nonsense that he's saying that he's just now looking on Monday Night Football at a score, please. Save it for somebody who doesn't know you, Ricardo, please.
Yeah, and again, that was crazy because he was winning, losing, and by less than 0.2 points. That's like crazy.
0.2.
And then
my boy Mahomes the Chiefs actually had that big comeback in real football, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, they did do that. That was a good game as well. And then our current champion started just like she finished last year, winning. So,
well, she played the above average Dickus, but he looked kind of below average on that, only mustered up 108 points. And his bright spot was Joe Mixon, who, yeah, I'll say it again, Joe Mixon actually had finally a good game in fantasy. So hopefully you can ride that wave for the next couple of weeks.
And the thing about this game, it ended before any of the other games, meaning by Sunday night, both teams already had all their players go. So that was great for them. I mean, not so much for Ditka, which, but Stacey, I bet she slept well that night.
She was happy. But let's go to the high score of the week, which is the Metropolis Sharks, who's happy enough to be our sponsor this week. So big shout out to the Sharks.
Yeah, Shark Bites.
Shark Bites. Make sure you go. 162. He's threatening the all-time score that I believe the Brewery made a couple years ago. So he's inching closer and closer with Tyreek Hill and Brady coming through. And then that surprise, I think, I don't know what you feel, is that Corey Davis getting 2 touchdowns with the Jets, man. That's out of nowhere, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's what we'll see if he can sustain that, because it's week 1, so hopefully he didn't bloat his load in week 1.
And what do you think? He beat Casal by almost 90. That might be the biggest margin of all year. That's just
it might be Casal again, just not lucky, I think.
Give us a call. We'll get you straight, Casal.
Yeah. So that leads into our current standings. So really quick, we have, of course, the Sharks, then Mataloni with Mata Italia in the second, Brady's Bunch, Canadian Tigers, Tar Nation, Funsies. So those are the winning teams. And then on the losing side, with records of 0-1 are the Haitian Killers, Teen Hialeah Mafia, the Brewery, Average Ditkas, myself, the Lucha Maniacs right here, second worst, and then Casal. And
yeah, you almost got to 100, Cruz. So almost.
Yeah. What about the rankings, Commissioner? What do you think of this? I started with, I think last week I was 3rd. Now I'm all the way to 11th.
Well, if this is the current power rankings, I'm up in first. I don't think that should be anywhere right. I mean, I feel I should be middle of the pack right now. I've lost 1. I didn't really put up a good performance. But I guess it's just going over overall, draft and, best available player there. So
yeah, it could be the fact that that I lost 2 players. So it's maybe counting the fact that I don't have those players, which hopefully by waiver wires, I'll pick up some players.
So let's just run it down for the audio people. So we have the Brewers 1, above average Dickas is 2, Funsies, then Canadian Tiger. We have Hialeah Mafia, then Monica, Brady's Bunch, the Haitian Killer, Tar Nation, the Sharks, who put up 162 and is number 10, Lucha Maniacs, and then Casal, who probably deserves to be down there, number 12. So again, this is just the week 2 ranking, so we'll see how things shape out.
Yeah. So and then what do we have for the second week?
So Cruz, let me ask you, what matchup is most intriguing to you besides your game with Jesse?
Well,
which one are you looking for?
I mean, I guess if I have to pick one, maybe the I don't know, maybe you and Monica. That's an interesting one.
That's a good one. That's a good one, and you can see the projections is pretty close as well on that game. I also like
6 to 125.5.
Yeah, I also like the I think the Sharks and the villain of the league, Ricardo, are actually squaring off with also a close ranking. So that's the top point getter. With Ricardo put up a respectable number in the 140. So I think that should be a good one. I think Josh Allen will come back around and be the Josh Allen of last year. So let's see how that shakes out. Yeah,
and then you have the fact that then you have me with Hialeah Mafia, 2 losing teams, to see if they can get their first win. Second week. Then you have the Fancies against Casal. Hopefully she'll go AC on him. Tar Nation against Canadian Tiger. And Brady's Punch against above average ticket.
Well, also, I know Casal's got to be hoping Aaron Rodgers has a little better showing than 1 point and getting pulled for Jordan Love in the 4th quarter, man. That was embarrassing. The Saints just ate him alive. So.
Whoa. Hold on. He didn't use those words. His coach said embarrassed. He said it was just one game.
That's true. That's true. I want to know how you feel about it, because
I feel the same way about it as Rogers. It's 1 week for me, so I'm coming back next week.
Exactly. So we'll see, man. Like I mean, I think he's going to be the Aaron Rodgers of old. I mean, again, just one game, but it was a bad one. It's his biggest loss he's ever had in his career.
Yeah, so that is it for week 1. Let's see what happens in week 2, and I think it maybe next week we'll probably have another guest star. So look forward to that, and I think that's everything from us today.
All right. Well, Cruz,
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, and good luck everybody on week 2.
Yeah, good luck everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.